Have you ever thought about why some guys are always undervalued? Some people are admired and sought after, but it's not just their money or looks. There's something deeper going on. Interestingly, some of the most handsome and rich men end up feeling cheated and stupid. So what makes the difference? The secret lies in how high-value men act, especially when it comes to how they interact with women. High-value men are sure of themselves and value their independence. Their independence makes them irresistibly attractive because they don't look for approval from women and stay strong against outside influences. This selective attention makes them stand out and sparks strong attraction. Today we'll look at 8 reasons why high-value men often choose to ignore women. Drawing from the ideas of the Stoics. It's not just about being hard to get, it's about knowing the psychology of attraction and how you can use what you learn to make your relationships better. Get ready to learn something that could change the way you talk to women forever. Don't forget to click the like button if this movie helps you. If you want to get more ideas, join and share your thoughts or experiences in the comments below. Let's start with the art of selective attention. Imagine a woman waking up in the morning and grabbing for her phone before she even gets out of bed. Her screen is filled with a bunch of alerts. Likes and comments, messages. Men who want to get her attention send her compliments, flirty texts, and other attempts to stand out. These all fill up her notifications. This steady stream of compliments can easily boost her confidence before she's even brushed her teeth. Now think about a different type of man, one who knows how important meaningful interactions are. This guy might say hello and start a session with her, but he's not like the others. He does not send her a lot of texts or try to get her attention all the time. Instead, he finds a good balance. He makes himself known and interesting without constantly getting in the way of her life. As the day goes on, this woman, who is used to being chased by many men, starts to notice something different. She can't understand why this man, who seems confident and interesting, isn't clamoring for her attention like everyone else. This small change interests her, and she starts to wonder why he isn't looking for her approval in what makes him different from the others. This difference makes her think about how valuable she is and makes her like him more. Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "First tell yourself what you will be, and then do what you have to do." This gives us something to think about as we think about this dynamic. This quote shows how important it is to know yourself and act with purpose. A man who really values his time and attention lives by this attitude. He knows how valuable he is and doesn't waste time on pointless conversations. Instead, he focuses on meaningful pursuits and real connections. It is important to know that this method is not about playing games or controlling others. Some people may use tricks to get short-term attention, but these don't work and don't lead to healthy relationships. Instead, this method is about respecting yourself and others' time by putting them first. Real encounters are more important than constant validation. A high-value man naturally stands out. He leaves the shallow tactics to those who put their egos ahead of real connection. For example, let's say a man named Alex meets a woman named Emily at a social event. They hit it off and exchange numbers. Unlike most men who would send Emily a bunch of texts and compliments right away, Alex does something different. He sends Emily a thoughtful message the next day that references something they talked about, showing that he was genuinely listening. He doesn't send her multiple messages if she doesn't answer right away. Instead, he gives her space and lets the conversation flow naturally. Emily starts to notice that Alex is different from the others. He's confidently interesting and not desperate for her attention. This makes her more interested in getting to know him better. So the next time you're tempted to give your attention away for free, remember how valuable it is and focus on making real connections instead of constantly seeking validation. Quality over quantity is the key. When you do this, you not only respect yourself, but you also stand out as a serious and caring person. Number 2. Focus on your goal high value. People here keep their eyes on the prize. They're not just dreamers, they're doers who work hard every day to make their big goals come true. Instead of wasting time on pointless conversations or projects, they focus on things that really matter. They don't wait for luck to happen, they make it themselves. As the wise Stoic philosopher Seneca said, luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. This is exactly how high-value people act. They work hard to be ready to take any opportunity that comes their way. For example, someone who wants to be an entrepreneur doesn't just dream about being successful. They learn how to network and build their business step by step, and they study market trends. They look for mentors and keep improving their plans. That way, when it's time to launch their product or service, they're not relying on luck, but on the strong foundation they've made through hard work and dedication. Pay attention. Important people know that they will be truly fulfilled when they work toward important goals and make a positive difference in their own lives and the lives of others. They don't let short-term pleasures or distractions get in the way of their long-term vision. They stand out from people who lack direction and purpose in the world of Stoicism because they are clear on their goals and determined to win. Focusing on goals helps you make sure that your actions are in line with your beliefs and values. It means figuring out what's important to you and committing yourself fully to it. For example, if your goal is to live a healthier life, you might start by making exercise and mindful eating a part of your daily routine. You learn about different workout plans and nutrition, and over time, you build habits that support your health. Your dedication to this goal not only changes your physical health, but it also makes you more mentally strong and self-disciplined. Important people also know how important it is to make a difference in the lives of others. They want to make a difference in their neighborhoods and support causes that matter. Motivate others by what they do. For example, someone who cares about the environment could work for cleanup drives, teach others about eco-friendly methods, and push for policy changes. Chang changes their focus on this goal not only leads to personal fulfillment, but also has a positive effect on others. Basically, staying focused on your goal, like the Stoics taught, means having a deep understanding of what matters to you. It means setting your sights on a vision that aligns with your deepest values and principles, and pursuing it with unwavering determination, whether it's building a successful career, mastering a skill, or contributing to a cause you believe in. This unwavering focus is what sets high-value people apart. So figure out what matters to you and go after it with the relentless dedication and clarity of purpose that makes a high-value person. Living number 3 shows that being brave is a good thing because it leads to luck. This timeless advice, which is often linked to the Stoic philosopher Seneca, captures a deep truth that successful people have known for a long time. To get big rewards, you have to be willing to take risks and make quick decisions. People with a lot of value, especially those who follow Stoic principles, know how important it is to be brave in their actions. They don't just sit back and wait for opportunities to come their way. Instead, they take action, whether it's seizing a career opportunity, taking on a difficult project, or making important life decisions. They believe that luck favors the brave. Stoic principles teach us to be in charge of our own lives and shape them through deliberate and brave actions. This way of thinking stresses how important it is to be clear about our goals and how important it is to take action to reach our goals. Passivity is not a sign of real strength or masculinity. Instead, we need to find the courage and confidence to interact with the world in an honest and assertive way. For example, if you want to move up in your career, don't wait for someone to notice your skills. Show them off yourself. You show your bravery and initiative by coming up with new ideas and taking on difficult tasks. These traits are highly valued in the workplace. Let's learn more about the idea of bravery and how it fits with Stoic principles. Stoics thought that people should live in balance with nature, which means they should understand how life works and follow its natural flow. This means seeing chances as they come up and being brave enough to take advantage of opportunities. For example, if you're given the chance to lead a new project at work, don't be afraid to take it on. This shows that you're a good leader and is in line with the Stoic belief that you should act when you face problems. The idea of love is another important part of Stoicism. When you love your fate, or fati, you don't have to be passive or resigned to whatever happens. Instead, you should accept and embrace your situation and make the best of it. People who follow Stoic principles will see every situation, no matter how hard, as a chance to learn and get better. They won't be afraid of failing, because they know that every loss is a step towards success. Being brave also means sticking to your beliefs and ideals. Being brave means standing up for what you believe in, even when it's hard or unpopular. For example, if you value honesty and integrity, being brave means telling the truth even when it's easier to keep quiet. It means making decisions based on your values instead of giving in to outside pressures. Being this brave not only gets you respect, but it also helps you live a daily life that is in line with who you really are. Being brave could mean leaving your comfort zone to pursue something you're interested in. For example, if you've always wanted to start your own business, a Stoic approach would be to carefully plan, get ready for challenges, and then take decisive action to make your dream come true. If the path is full of problems, both a bold and a Stoic mindset will help you deal with them with resilience and determination. Not being pushy or bossy is not what boldness means. Instead, it means being open, honest, and real. Being brave enough to talk about your real emotions and problems and ready to take risks to connect with others more deeply. This fits with the Stoic idea that real, meaningful interactions are important for being brave in the Stoic sense. To be truly brave in the Stoic sense, we must also learn to be detached from the result. This doesn't mean we don't care about the results of our actions. Instead, it means we focus on doing our best and let go of the need to control everything. This detachment lets us act bravely without being held back by fear of failing or the need for approval in every part of life. Being brave and taking action not only fits with Stoic principles, but it also leads to more fulfilling and meaningful experiences. So before you think about disengaging or ignoring outside distractions, work on building the courage to fully engage with life and be assertively. This approach will help you reach your goals and live a life of meaning and fulfillment. 4. Appreciate the beauty of being alone. If you've ever wondered why men keep getting into bad relationships, it's usually because they're afraid of being alone. These men are always looking for someone to be with them because they think that's what makes them whole. This way of thinking is not only bad, but it also gets in the way of personal growth and true happiness. On the other hand, high-value men aren't afraid of being alone. They know they're whole as individuals without any romantic relationships. This confidence is a trait that makes them very attractive to women. Take a moment to think about it. Imagine two situations. In the first, there is a man who doesn't like being alone and jumps from one relationship to the next, hoping that each new partner will fill the hole he feels inside. His desperation is clear, and each relationship ends in the same unhappy way. He starts out with high hopes, but quickly falls apart because he hasn't dealt with his fears of being alone and low self-worth. In the second situation, There is a man who is happy to be alone and uses his time to work on his personal growth and goals. He reads books, learns new skills, works out and does hobbies that he is really into. This man is sure of himself and is confident. When he meets women, he's not looking for someone to make him whole. He's looking for someone to share his wholeness with. It's interesting that high-value men become the ones who are sought after. Women are naturally drawn to these men because they are sure of themselves and don't chase after women. Instead, they focus on their own growth and goals, which makes them even more beautiful. Think of a man named Tom Spence. He spends his weekends volunteering at a local charity, learning a new language, and working on a side project that he's really interested in. He's not out at bars or constantly swiping through dating apps. Instead, he's investing in himself. He likes being alone and makes good use of his time to improve himself in many areas of his life. When Tom meets a woman, his depth and confidence shine through. He doesn't need her approval because he already thinks highly of himself. This attitude is very attractive. Women are interested in him because he is sure of himself and already has a full and happy life. He's not looking for someone to fill a void in his life. Instead, he wants to find someone who can make it even better. Important Tom and other men like him are picky. They don't rush into relationships because they're afraid of being alone. Instead, they choose only the best and most compatible partners. This approach respects their own worth and leads to more fulfilling and long-lasting relationships based on mutual respect and admiration. Now let's talk about the benefits of embracing solitude. When you're comfortable being alone, you can explore your interests and passions without any restrictions. You can take the time to get to know yourself better, which is essential for personal growth. Being more self-aware helps you set more specific goals and work to reach them. Embracing solitude also helps you become more resilient. When you don't depend on other people to make you happy, you become more mentally stable and self-reliant. This strength is not only attractive, but it's also necessary for dealing with life's challenges. This is how you learn the art of being alone. Take the time to learn, grow, and become the best version of yourself. When you do that, the right people will easily come to you, and you'll be able to make strong, meaningful connections with them. You shouldn't be afraid of being alone. In fact, you should welcome it because it can help you grow and learn about yourself. Accept it, and you'll feel more confident and sure of yourself, which will change your life and relationships. Number 5. Stay out of her fights. Don't praise bad behavior anymore. The following rule, a central idea in Stoic philosophy, stresses how important it is to avoid pointless fights and conflicts. Important men know that getting into small or pointless fights is not only pointless, but also bad for their wellness and sense of self-respect. Imagine that your partner is always looking for reasons to argue with you when they don't need to. It's possible that she's mad about something small, like how you loaded the dishwasher or forgetting to take out the trash. These little things often get blown out of proportion and become bigger fights than they need to be. This behavior could be a sign of not respecting or appreciating her. It's smart not to get involved in these fights. Do not get involved in fights with your partner over small things like how you load the dishwasher. If they start an argument about something, say something like, "I see you're upset, but I don't think this is worth arguing about. Let's talk when we're both calm." You're showing her that you're not interested in wasting time on small things by setting a limit that builds mutual respect. This strategy helps you keep your cool and shows that you're not easily moved by emotional outbursts. Let's say you're at a party and she starts yelling at you for something small, like spending too much time talking to a friend. Instead of getting defensive, you could say, "I understand you're feeling uncomfortable. Let's talk about this later in a more private setting." This way you can address the issue calmly and set the date for a better time. You're not only staying out of the public eye, but you're also showing that you value good conversation over angry fights. When she's ready to listen and understand, she might start to think about what she did when she sees that it's not getting her the response she wants. Talk about your point of view in a calm and assertive way. For example, you could say, "When you argue about things, it makes me feel disrespected and undervalued. I want us to communicate effectively and respectfully." Then you could explain how you feel about her behavior and why you chose not to get involved in the argument. Encourages better conversation and by not giving her your care and attention until she apologizes for her behavior, you set a boundary that encourages mutual respect. It's important to explain your point of view in a calm and firm way when she's ready to listen and understand, which leads to better communication and a more peaceful relationship. As the wise Stoic philosopher Seneca said, "To be everywhere is to be nowhere." This way of thinking reminds us how important it is to be focused and wise in all of our interactions, especially when it comes to relationships and disagreements. By avoiding pointless fights, you maintain your self-respect and make your relationship more respectful and peaceful. You focus on what really matters, creating an atmosphere where both partners can grow and thrive together. Remember that when you feel the urge to argue over small things, take a step back, stay calm, set clear boundaries, and communicate respectfully. This not only strengthens your relationship, but also helps you live by the Stoic principles, leading to a more fulfilling and balanced life. Number 6. Get to the point. High-value men stand out because they are honest and direct with others. They don't play games or use manipulative techniques. Instead, they choose to be honest, even if it means being rejected. This saves time and builds trust and respect. Let's look at why being honest is so important and how it sets high-value men apart from others. For example, if you're interested in a woman, a high-value man will make his intentions clear right away. For example, after a pleasant conversation, he wouldn't send vague messages or overly friendly banter full of emojis. Instead, he would say something like, "I liked our conversation the other day. How about we grab coffee this weekend?" This direct approach is not only refreshing, but it also shows that he is confident and mature. It also makes it clear that he values both her time and his, making it clear that he is serious about getting to know her better. Now, let's look at what would happen if the woman started playing games. She might answer in a way that isn't consistent, be vague about her availability, or act hot and cold. A high-value man won't waste time trying to figure out these mixed signals. Instead, he will either deal with the behavior directly or decide to stop talking to her altogether. For example, he might say, "It looks like you're not really interested in meeting up. That's fine. Just let me know if you change your mind." By doing this, he sends a strong message. He values his time and expects the same level of honesty and respect from her. This makes the woman realize that she needs to be honest and devoted to him if she wants to be a part of his life. High-value men make it clear that they know what they're worth and aren't afraid to move on if someone doesn't meet their standards or waste their time. This confidence is very attractive and sets the tone for a relationship based on mutual respect. On the other hand, many men fall into the trap of being too friendly and accommodating in order to win a woman's affection. They might make endless small talk, send endless emojis, and avoid expressing their true feelings out of fear of rejection. This often leads to frustration and confusion because it's not clear what they're trying to achieve. This kind of behavior is often called sing, and it happens when a man over-accommodates someone else's needs in order to gain favor. However, this rarely leads to a fulfilling relationship. A high-value man, on the other hand, stands out by being brief and clear in what he says. He avoids meaningless talks and confusion, focusing on meaningful interactions instead. For example, instead of a long text message exchange full of pointless small talk, he might say, "I really enjoy talking with you. Let's meet up and continue this conversation in person." Being direct like this not only shows confidence, but also gives his interactions a sense of purpose. Being direct doesn't just mean getting to the point. It also means respecting yourself and others enough to talk to them in an honest and efficient way. High-value men know that clear communication is key to building strong, healthy relationships. By being honest about their intentions, they avoid misunderstandings and make room for real connections. Furthermore, this method builds more respect. When a man is honest, it shows that he is at ease with himself and what he wants. It also shows that he is not afraid to leave situations that don't serve him well. This kind of confidence is attractive and usually leads to deeper and more satisfying connections. Being direct means being honest and having self-respect. It means appreciating your time and effort and wanting the same in return. Other people, important men, know that being honest brings them people who are also honest and respectful. This makes the relationship stronger because both people feel appreciated and understood. Having a strong and healthy relationship depends on being honest. Being honest is a quality that not only makes your contacts better, but also shows what you're really worth as a person. Do not change your plans just to meet her. Men sometimes make the mistake of cancelling their own plans to meet a pretty woman. While being polite and interested is important, it's just as important to show that you value your own time and responsibilities. Important men know how to find the right mix. They show interest without putting other things ahead of their own, making sure they never miss important events for fleeting moments. Imagine that you've been planning for weeks to get together with old friends on a Friday night. Out of the blue, she asks you to go on a date that same night. You really want to stop your plans and go with her, but you say no and suggest another time. This answer makes it clear that you keep your promises and value your time. As the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius said, "Don't waste time arguing what a good man should be one." This wisdom stresses how important it is to live with integrity and stay true to one's values, even when there are tempting distractions. It means knowing who you are and what you stand for, and not letting the thought of a date make you stray from your path. Women are genuinely attracted to men whose lives are well-rounded and don't just revolve around them. When a woman feels like her time and attention are earned, she will value your presence even more. This sets the tone for mutual respect and consideration in any serious relationship. As an example, consider a man who is working hard on a personal project or business venture. He has set goals and milestones that he is committed to achieving. When a woman sees that he is dedicated to his goals and doesn't drop everything just to see her, she will probably admire his dedication and be more interested in him. His passion and commitment to his work show how disciplined and determined he is, making him more attractive and respectable. Also, sticking to your plans and commitments shows that you have confidence in yourself. It shows that you value your time and aren't easily swayed by new opportunities. When a woman is with a man who has a clear sense of purpose and direction in life, this kind of behavior can make her feel safer and more valued. Let's look at another situation. You've been looking forward to a weekly class that you enjoy and find educational all week, and then she asks you out on a date at the same time. By choosing a different time for the date, you show that you value your own growth and interests. This not only shows that you are a man of character, but it also shows that you keep words. It lets her know that you are interested in her, but you also have other things that are important to you in your life. Not changing your plans for her shows her how important it is to stay true to yourself and your interests. Being a well-rounded person with a fulfilling life that complements hers rather than revolving around her is important for building a healthy, respectful relationship where both partners value and appreciate each other's time and presence. Next time you have to decide whether to change your plans for a date, remember this. Remember to keep your promises. Show her that you have a separate life with passion and purpose. She'll value it more, and you'll be staying true to yourself, which will set the stage for a strong and respectful relationship. 8. Don't be afraid of anything. Let's get into what it means to develop a fearless attitude of high-value men. People who really stand out know how valuable and attractive they are, and don't feel the need to show it all the time. This grounded view keeps them from putting women on pedestals or acting desperate. Imagine you're about to meet someone new that you find really attractive. Instead of feeling nervous and like you need to impress them, they walk in with calm confidence. This easy confidence is magnetic. Compare this to how many men have reacted in similar situations. When men are with a beautiful woman, they often feel anxious and self-doubting. They think things like, "I need to impress her," or "What if she doesn't like me?" This anxiety makes them act in ways that aren't true to themselves in order to win her approval. This kind of behavior is very unattractive and can turn people off. Now think about what the Stoic philosopher Seneca said. True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. This means finding joy and confidence in the here and now without constantly worrying about what might happen or seeking approval from others. Think back to a time when you were truly happy and content, not because someone else liked you, but because you were just enjoying the moment. That's the mindset we're going for here. When you adopt a self-worth mindset and look for fulfillment in all areas of your life, you stop seeking external validation and your confidence becomes real and unwavering. This change not only makes you more attractive, but it also leads to healthier, more meaningful relationships. Imagine having connections based on mutual respect and recognition instead of a need to be validated. Here's an example. When you're out with friends and you meet a new person, don't worry about making a good impression. Instead, enjoy the conversation and be yourself. Share your thoughts honestly, listen actively, and engage genuinely. This kind of interaction is refreshing and appealing because it's real. You're not trying to be someone you're not, and that's what draws people in. By adopting this fearless mindset, you'll improve your relationships with women and every other part of your life. You'll become someone who values real connections and is comfortable in his own skin. This is what a man of high value looks like. Really stand out even more by how you deal with problems and setbacks. Instead of letting fear or self-doubt hold you back, you face problems with strength and poise. For example, if a date doesn't go as planned or there's a misunderstanding, you don't let it make you doubt yourself. You handle the situation with grace, learn from it, and move on without letting it hold you back. Define your self-worth in your personal growth journey. Adopting a fearless mindset means continuously seeking to improve yourself, not for others, but for your own satisfaction and development, whether it's pursuing a new hobby, advancing in your career, or enhancing your physical and mental health. You do it because it aligns with your values and goals, not because you need to prove anything to anyone. Ultimately, cultivate creating a fearless mindset transforms you into a man who is not only attractive but also deeply respected and admired. You're seen as someone who is secure in his identity, who navigates life with confidence and authenticity, and who builds meaningful connections based on mutual respect. This is the hallmark of a high-value man, and it's a goal worth striving for. As we wrap up today's discussion, remember that understanding yourself and adjusting your actions to achieve your goals are key. We've explored how a high-value man's response to not receiving attention from women not only shows Foster's strong draw, but also his confidence and independence. Stoic philosophy can help you manage your relationships and boost your self-worth in a meaningful way. It's important to realize that how you interact with others affects how they see you and sets the stage for a fulfilling, self-directed life. Finding this balance takes practice, patience, deep self-awareness, and an understanding of our surroundings. As the ancient Stoic philosopher Epicurus said, "We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them." Having a patient and understanding attitude will help us get to know ourselves better and be successful in life. Focusing on personal growth and authenticity will help you make deeper connections that go beyond surface-level interactions. Remember that confidence and self-assurance are attractive because they show that you are happy with who you are and value yourself. We hope you found today's video interesting and informative. If you did, please support us by clicking the like button, subscribing to our channel for more insightful content, and sharing your thoughts in the comments below. Your feedback is very important to us and aids. We hope this helps us make videos that you enjoy. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.